Hello, today I'd like to talk about Levothyrox. The problems of Levothyrox, the tablets and medication in France. Well, I'm one of these people who've had thyroid problems. So I've had to take Levothyrox here in France. I have autoimmune diseases, conditions. So, well, I've had allergies, I'm allergic to gluten, all these problems. I have asthma. And in the end now, I also got, that was about 12 years ago, that I also came down with Hashimoto's disease. Hashimoto's disease affects the thyroid glands and it leads to Graves' disease, which is a mixture of hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. I don't really know exactly how that is, but I've been being treated for that condition whereby you have hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism all at the same time. Well, so I've been using them both, some medications, different medications. I've been using the Levothyrox medication that you can see it there. Levothyrox medication that is for the hyper condition, I think. And I've been using Neomercazole. Neomercazole then is meant for that part of the hypo, I think. So I have to mix both, actually. I was unlucky that when I started the treatment, I had a specialist who didn't treat me right. He treated me only with a hyper problem, and I just kept getting worse for about 5 years. He treated me wrongly. Is that normal? That happened to me. But after that, I came across a doctor that treated me with both, and I started feeling that I was improving. And well, but these are conditions that you have whenever I was given a pause. After 18 months, you get given a pause. Whenever I got that pause to rest, because this medication has a lot of secondary problems, secondary effects. So, for example, you can hardly sleep well. You feel like you are dry of sleep. Your body is bereft of any sleep. It's just no sleep. You wake up at 5 in the morning on a Saturday, you are wide awake. You wake up at 6:20 in the morning on a Saturday, you are wide awake, or on a Sunday. You try to have a siesta on a Saturday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, you cannot sleep. You're not falling asleep. If you happen to fall asleep at night, you are wide awake. This medication is not such a good medication at all. It limits your sleep seriously, and it's a problem. And nobody should have less sleep. You can see what it means to have all these chemical things in your body trying to cure you. Well, that was my story. So when I came to France here, I got using the Levothyrox that everyone is using. Levothyrox in France has been changed. They have not changed the active part, the active principle, I think they call it. That hasn't been changed. What has been changed is the salts, the sugars, the things that accompany the medication. But those make you absorb the Levothyrox much more. What happens is that with that, many people have been noting they are getting sick. It's affecting them really seriously. And that's the same thing that happened to me when I got using this Levothyrox. I've been noticing that I noticed that I was less stable emotionally. I could feel a lot of cold sometimes. I could feel a lot of heat other times. You know, and I didn't know at first what was wrong, but when I read that Levothyrox has a problem in France, I knew then that I'm one of those victims. I mean, we have to use it. We had no choice. And it was terrible. The first thing, what happens that when you are sick with this hyperthyroid problem, you are also very, very emotional. I mean, you are very unstable. You get stressed easily. And you know that the more stressed you get, the more stressed you feel. So I'll be stressed about being stressed. I'll be worried about being worried, you know. And it's just a vicious cycle. These items started affecting even my periods. I would see that my period was coming terribly in a rush. You know, it was just getting out of control. Of course, I started using other medical supplements to help with that. And okay, they helped quite a bit. I could say they helped quite a bit. That was from a health line. These health lines that people use are really worth it. They very much are worth it. You know, they're not there for the sake of it. They really do help. It is good medication, not good supplements, well done, natural foods. And I think they've helped millions and millions of people. Well, the issue is that I've had 3 specialists. They've all invited me to have the operation to remove the gland. For me, that was never an option. Because you remove my gland, God-given item, more wonderful than anything, and then you condemn me to a lifetime of chemicals to replace the gland. To me, that didn't ever make sense. It didn't ever make sense. If you were to operate me, it was so that would be a solution, that I'll be okay completely. If you were to operate me, only to condemn me to a lifetime of taking medication, that to me wasn't a solution. And I resisted. Each time, after each 18 month period, you have to take a pause for the body to rest, to sleep a bit more, to sleep a bit better, because you can see being unable to sleep because of the medication is always there. It's a terrible secondary effect. So at least you're given like 3 months to manage to sleep more, to recover a bit, before you start another 18-month period. But after each 18-month period, then the specialist has to tell you about the thyroid, the operation that you can have, especially in my case, because in each time it got worse. Since I also had serious autoimmune problems, allergies that were real bad before, then immediately, of course, I took the pause. My thyroidism would completely go away. And of course, the specialist would say, no, you can get the operation. And the argument is that after the operation, it's easier to treat. Oh, it's easier to treat for me, but it's hell for me because I'll never recover since. I never ever understood this logic that it's easier to treat, so we remove that so that it's easier to treat and you're sick the rest of your life. There are things people should think about twice and thrice and four times and all. So anyway, I was lucky I resisted for this time, but after 2 years using this medication in France, I thought, no. I definitely have now to have that operation, because since the medication is again a new problem, making you feel so unstable, feeling cold, feeling terrible, I was now at the end of tether, and I thought, no, I will get the operation and I'll see what happens. I mean, I have no choice. I'm feeling too bad. I was just ready for the operation. But lucky for me, a friend of mine, I have a friend who has always done these natural lines. She came around, she explained to me about this Vertera products. First she wanted me to put my money in it, to invest, but I wasn't interested at all. I was not feeling well. I was feeling really mentally and normally the whole body unstable. I was not at my best at all. So it was no time to make decisions like that. I really wasn't interested. I mean, I just couldn't, I knew I couldn't just want to think through such a thing. I just didn't feel organized enough. I was sick, But when she mentioned that it had endocrine benefits, now yes, I was interested now. Endocrine benefits? I told her, did you forget that I had a thyroid problem? So we talked about it. She sent me 4 of these bottles. 4! I was so desperate, I needed to try them. I knew that a lot of these things work. They had worked for me. For my allergies, for example, it had gone quite down. They had worked for me 3-5 years before. So I thought, no, I'll give it a try. She sent this. This is a detox product. It has 28 vitamins and minerals. It has iodine. This is an algae, laminaria algae, kelp. Also known as kelp, it's a common word. Then she's at this algae which come from the sea, which are used by the Japanese, the Asians. They are the best source of iodine. They have plenty of iodine. They have also lots of fiber. Lots of fiber. If you have any problem with the bowel movement, this has about 60% fiber, microfiber. It is definitely very functional. And immediately you notice every day you have no reason not to have bowel movement, once, twice, even thrice. It is that good. Plus organic iodine, bromide, potassium, iron, vitamins A, B, C, D, E, K, 28. So this product, I used it. I started using it. After a few days, I noticed that my crisis, the way I used to be like emotionally unstable in a funny way, kind of seemed to have disappeared. And I said, oh, I hope it's this product. I really hope it is. Well, I continued 1 more month using it. And after the month, I just felt normal. I felt good and normal. I just felt normal. That means like healed, I felt normal. I started sleeping well. Alright? Started sleeping really well. Because this product, it harmonizes the endocrine system, that's the metabolic, then the immune system, then also the nervous system. I started even sleeping so much better. I had never been sleeping before. Before I could sleep really a maximum of 6 hours, no more. You can see the harmony in the body. Now it says that it harmonizes those 3, but it virtually harmonizes all the systems of the body. Because if you harmonize, those are the 3 big ones. There are many other smaller ones. It harmonizes everything. If you can have a natural supplement which can help you sleep better, if you can sleep better and more, and richly sleep and wake up with a feeling of having slept well, and what else is not harmonized in that body, and how amazing and what perfect healing properties that has to be. This is my experience with this Vertera Gel, so I really recommend it. There are too many people who don't sleep. There are too many people who can hardly go to the bathroom. They take them a week or 3-4 days and you're eating all the time. There are too many people that lack so many nutrients and minerals. You have it all here. You will prevent, of course, future thyroid problems and problems that are brought by iodine. So yeah, that is my story. And so I became normal. I felt normal, completely normal. I felt much better than when I was taking the medication. That's the issue. Much better than when I was taking the medication. And you know, absolutely, you know, almost unbelievable. Then I took the next month, I took the next one, and I still felt still more normal, still more okay. Then I took a break. That was about June, now July. I took a break for over a month. I was still all right. Whenever I would have stress, which I still had from time to time, I would, you know, listen to my gland if it reacted. It didn't react anymore. Since the first month after I was taking this, whenever I had stress and issues, which I had, it didn't react like before, ever anymore. I mean, it tells you that it was healed and good and great. Up to today, whenever I have a serious anything, I listen to my gland here. I say, let's see. Nothing. It's good, solid, it's not sick. Because when you're sick is when you start that reaction. You feel kind of funny, like 1,000 pins and things going wrong, which then affect the head, which then affect the body. Perfectly all right. I thank you, Lord. Perfectly okay. So I'd like to recommend this item for anyone that's unwell, for actually all of us, because it's a detox. First of all, you know, it will clean out heavy metals. Even it will clean out all the accumulated toxins. It will clean out even that other issue you get from the use of computers and the rest of it, you know, those very, very unstable products. I mean, I don't remember now what they're called. So it is a detox. Who doesn't need a detox? My face started looking better, my hair and nails growing. Everyone can see I feel better. I started sleeping much better, you know, and everything is so much better. I'm actually so grateful. So it's especially good for people with hypothyroidism, because it means you do hardly have iodine. When you have plenty of it, then you know you feel much better. If it's people like me who have a problem of hyper, there will be a problem of lack of iodine as well. The iodine, it's completely stabilized me. What else would have? It's the iodine. What else would have? You know, because the medication for thyroid comes with chemical iodine, and chemical iodine is not as good as natural. You need the natural one, which is absorbed very, very well. This product is absorbed at 98%. I think iodine might be difficult to use for most of us in the West, because they are deep frozen, and you start using and you might hardly see the effect, because they are absorbed normally between 8 and 15%. Those ones that come deeply frozen. But this is a scientifically prepared product, high technologically done. It's absorbed at 98%. Every ingredient in here is absorbed at 98%. So it's good value for money. And it's no wonder that I started seeing the results just after a few days. Just after a few days, I felt that, hey, I didn't have those ups and downs psychologically, which I hated, because you feel you have a lack of control. It's a funny feeling that I can hardly describe. After just a few days, I felt, oh, that was stabilizing. After just a month, my gland was perfectly back to normal, because I have never felt any reaction since then at this level. So I can say it was perfectly back to normal. So I really recommend this product.